Hi guys. So today I'd like to talk to you about what meditation does for you and why you should meditate. I know a lot of people are like curious, but have maybe tried it a couple of times and like, yeah, what was that? I can't just do nothing. I don't understand what I need to do. That's exactly how I felt when I started. I started meditating about 2 years ago. 2.5 years ago, and at first took me a couple of tries. I started with Headspace, which I'd always recommend, and it first was like I can't stop thinking, and everyone always says, oh no, I actually can't stop thinking because I've got a really overactive mind. But your mind isn't any different. I mean, it is different to everyone else's, but it's not any more active than anyone else's. So you can, it just takes practice, and it is quite difficult at first. I still can't do it. I still can't have like longer than maybe 10 or 20 seconds at best without thinking. But those 10 seconds are absolute bliss. So I would keep going. So apart from the bliss, which is the physical, oh my god, that feels amazing. Total relaxation of the whole body, similar to a feeling when you've just had a massage, when you've just had a full body massage and you're like, oh my god, it's like that, because you're basically just switching off. So what else does meditation do? Well, the best thing I think is that it trains your ability to notice when you are lost in thought, and that is pretty much all the day. So we have about 65,000 thoughts a day. I don't know who counted them, but well done. And you are constantly thinking, and that's not a bad thing, okay? So our brains have evolved to be problem solvers. That's what the thinking mind is for. However, in our society today, we don't really have that many problems, we don't have that many threats or perceived threats. So our mind is always on, even when we can be just relaxing and enjoying what's happening and unfolding in front of us. So, for example, if you're eating dinner, I've just had 2 bowls of buckwheat pasta with parmesan and butter. Oh my god. We are like, oh, okay, eat this really quick because I need to think about what I'm doing tomorrow, or while you're eating it, you're ruminating over the day, or you're thinking basically in the past or the future. You're not actually present and enjoying the food, but that is your life. Like these 5 minutes here and 10 minutes there, they are your life. This is like the now is all we have. But this, I can't really explain this very well, but this is your life in a series of dots. So you have to enjoy the present as much as you can, or else you're missing out on your life. So to be able to have the ability to notice when you're thinking and then come back to the present is something you need to train your mind to do, because most people, they don't realise when they are thinking, because we are thinking all day. So if I ask you this, okay, think about when the last time you walked from one room to the other, what were you thinking about? You probably don't know, because we have so many thousands of thoughts a day and they're so automatic. So meditation is breaking this cycle of just being in automatic thought, and by noticing that you are in thought, not only does it bring you back to the present moment to enjoy your life, but it can help you if you're stuck in some kind of unhelpful thinking, which maybe you've created a story about something. So for example, if you're on Facebook and you're looking at pictures of, let's say, your boyfriend, and you notice that some girl has liked his picture, okay? And then you start thinking, oh my god, who is this girl? And then you start thinking, what if he likes her more than me? And then you're creating stories, and this is all just made up. So meditation, if you're training yourself every day to meditate, then you're training yourself to notice when you're stuck in thought, and you can bring yourself out of that and say, you're just thinking right now, come back to the present. and it will help you out massively with anxiety and worry and things like that, because you realise that you're just suddenly in this made up fantasy imagination place that you've created and it's not real. Okay, so it helps you become smarter because you are better able to focus. So if you're doing an assignment and you're like, oh, I'll just quickly check my phone, or I'll just quickly check Facebook, or I'll just procrastinate somehow, which we all know and we all do. If you've got a big project, you're easily distracted, because you're training this muscle to notice when you are distracted, then you're quicker able to just say, oh no, and come back to the task at hand. It's like people that go to the gym, right? People that work out loads and have like ripped muscles, they can eat whatever they want within reason, not consistently, but they have way more leeway with eating like cake and stuff because they've got all these muscles, so they've trained themselves to have a super fast metabolism, so they can get away with it a lot better than somebody who never ever works out and has a really sedentary lifestyle. They're the people that are like, oh, I just so much as look at cake and I get fat. That's because they haven't trained themselves at all. So if you're training yourself with meditation every day, then your noticing muscle, your awareness muscle, is really on point. So that means that you can really quickly notice when you've been distracted, really quickly notice when you're not present, really quickly notice when you're not thinking about when you are thinking lost in thought. And it's basically it's the gym for the mind. So it makes you smarter because it also gives you that time to reset and turn off, and the relaxation is very nourishing. It shrinks your amygdala. So the amygdala is the part of the brain responsible for the flight or fight response, the fear center. So that will reduce your anxiety if you meditate every day, because you're shrinking the amount of fear you have in your head. And also it reduces the amount of it reduces the capacity that you have for negativity and hate and fear and sadness. And I'm not saying it stops your feelings, but the place inside you where everything is cool, everything is calm and peaceful, that is a place that you can always access, and it's always there. And in Headspace, he says it's like the blue sky above the clouds. You know, when you fly in a plane and you go above the clouds, it's always blue. And that's the same inside here, because once you quieten the mind and you can let all the thoughts slowly subside, like the clouds, it will go to a very quiet place. And so you know that quiet place is always there, okay, above the weather. And the weather is just temporary states of being, temporary emotions. And so if you know that this place is there, then you can access that at any time. But this place is a place of compassion and pure love, pure consciousness, pure love. So when we're born as little babies that are totally innocent, pure beings that are just pure love. And through our lives, we're conditioned by fear and experiences and society, and we kind of lose this sense of everything is okay, and we develop anxiety and fear. But if you can train yourself through meditation to go to this place every morning for 20 minutes, then you're basically strengthening the compassion that you have inside you for yourself, because you're increasing the amount of time you spend in that pure love state. These are difficult concepts to understand at first, so don't worry, I'm going to do more videos about this. But once you're in this, oh god, too much pasta. Once you're in this pure love state, then you are increasing the compassion pathways that you have in your brain. Your brain only has a certain capacity for certain neurological pathways because it has a limited amount of protein called syntax 1. Syntax is also a drum and bass DJ. but I think it might be Syncam or Syntax. But basically it's like an adhesive protein, and neural pathways have to fight to have share of this. So if you're increasing the amount of compassion you have by daily practice, then old ways of thinking, such as hostility towards a certain person, they no longer have space in your head, literally. So, and I've personally experienced this, so I didn't speak to somebody very close to me in my family. For 2 years I had such hostility towards this person. Very, very primary figure in my life. And now I love that person unconditionally, and I feel so much love towards them. I've forgiven them, and I can't even conjure the same feelings that I once felt. It's mad. It's like they've been deleted and I have no trace of them. So you can totally rewire your brain. But this feeling of compassion that you go to every day means that you love yourself more, and then you love others more. And it's true what they say, you can't love other people until you love yourself. I didn't realise and really understand this until I started meditating. And now it's the act of self-love, and it's the way you talk to yourself in your head. If you're not talking to yourself badly, you'll never speak to somebody else badly and critically. It all starts with you, it really does. And I can give you more information on any of this, so please comment below if you want further explanation on anything I'm talking about. So when you have increased compassion, for me this year I love fish and meat, but I was going into supermarkets and looking at meat and fish and just being like, I can't eat that. I feel so compassionate towards these beings. That's kind of changed now, but I swear it was due to the meditation. What else does it do? So it's very relaxing, and it lowers your blood pressure. It boosts your immune system like 1,000-fold. I haven't been ill for like 2 years at all. And little things like cold sores and little other stressful manifestations of stress like ulcers and spots, they've all reduced massively. Just makes you happier. There's a book called 10% Happier, where studies have found it just makes people happier. So yeah, you can just do 20 minutes a day in the morning. The morning is normally best, and it sets you up for a really nice start to the day. So I hope you've liked this little video. Please thumbs up and subscribe if you want more. Tell me what you want more information on. I'm a positive existential life coach and meditation teacher. My website is livingintentionally.co.uk, and I will see you next time.